Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and since I already had to take pictures of some of these castings, cars for the Blazer 4x4, and I got a request for the video of this casting, I said, why not just go ahead and throw it together? So bear with me. I may not know exactly all the information for all of these. I think I got most of them down. So we'll kind of just play through it and see how it goes. But if I misspeak on some of these and what package they came on, forgive me. Like I said, I just kind of pulled the cases, put them on the table, grabbed the phone, and hit the record button. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so down in front left, you got this black one here. We'll show, I think this will be the original. I pulled them out of the case in order, so hopefully they'll be in the order that I'm expecting them to be. I didn't even look at them. So this is what you get, Blazer 4x4. You get construction wheels, yellow tinted windows, yellow interior. And this is the Malaysia base, so these are not in order. Hold on a second. Let me put them into order a little bit. There is that one. So, oh, I don't have the, and I'm missing one. I'm missing the Hong Kong one, which I'm surprised. I thought I got that already. Anyways, all right, let's go forward anyway. So here you can see it's got a bar Malaysia base. There is no name for this particular one. That will be a variation in the end. It does have the 4x4 on the back, so if you want a little Easter egg for you. Nice little 4x4 down here below the bumper. Chevrolet across the back there, casted in as well. And so these are all going to be base variations with the exception of the gear wheel. So let's go ahead and look at that base. So this one has the name. So you can see there, Blazer 4x4, where that other one had a bar. This is still the bar Malaysia. And then, what do we have that was different on this one? Like I said, let's see, these two are the same. Oh, this one has a bar Blazer 4x4. I don't know why I didn't catch that so quick. So there is the name without the bar. See if I can get my lights. Let me move my light a little again. I feel like I always move this out of the way and I always forget, and then it has to change it again. So there you go. There's both of them, the bar Malaysia, both of those, and then bar Blazer 4x4 and just the regular. And then this one didn't even have the name, just the bar over it. For the gear wheel, you got a different wheel here. This one has the bar name and bar Malaysia. I think this is one of the later releases, and that might be the order that I had these in. So they put the name back in on the bar, which is kind of crazy. Like, they had it on there in the beginning. I don't have the Hong Kong version. So it would have the name with no bar. It would have Hong Kong with no bar. And then you got the name taking off and put a bar over it. Well, sorry. You got the name with it. Sorry. Misspoke. And then you got the bar Malaysia because it's not in Hong Kong. Then they got rid of the name. So they covered up the name. No more name. And then they added it back for whatever reason. And then they changed the wheels. So 5 different black ones. I'm missing the first one. If anybody wants to provide that to me, let me know in mint condition. Shouldn't be too hard to find. You could get this on the earlier black and blue cards from the mid 80s, 86 and 88 cards. Then you could get it in the number 6 card in the collector number series. The collector number series one, obviously a lot tougher to get in, as they were a bunch of these made before the series came out, and then they didn't make as many going forward. They went ahead and ended it. So that is that. Let's see, we could do the dinosaur mud pit next. So you get this cool olive green. The only way you can get this was with that set, so exclusive to that. Got nice little digger, Douglas dinosaur digger. So it's a mouthful. Dinosaur, Stegosaurus there on the hood. Got the same thing on the other door. And there's a base variation on these. So you see here we've got the Blazer 4x4 name on a bar Malaysia. And then we have the cover up of the name was still on the bar Malaysia. So 2 variations. Pain, right? There's no way of knowing if you buy the play set, which I don't have yet, which one you're going to get in. from that playset. He's just to try to track them down loose if you want both variations. Next is the parking plates. You get a similar Tampo design as the original release. This one in green. You get the gear wheels. This was an international only parking plate package that you could get this in. So Canada and over in Europe. This one does have the newer bar Blazer 4x4. So one of the later releases here with that gear wheel, just the same as the gear wheel on this one, right? So there is that. This one's fairly tough to get since it's an international release. They usually command a little bit more money. They were as high as like $400 there for a while, but the price has come down. So I think you're looking at $150 to $200, maybe even less on a good day for that one. And I've seen some slight color variants inside that green that you could look for too if you're really into collecting all the different variations for this. Also on the number 6 card, a little easier to get than the black one, is this blue. Get a new paint job or new Tampo design. We've got Blazer in cursive there with 4x4 below it. Still got Blazer on the hood, or sorry, we have Blazer on the hood here. We had 4x4 on the hood before. Yellow tinted windows still, as all of these have had. And this one comes with gray interior, finally a new change. This is the bar Malaysia and bar name, Blazer 4x4. This is upside down. This is even turned the wrong way. So this has the new Blazer 4x4, and you see it has no bar Malaysia. Goodness, I can't get that to focus in there. There we go. And this is later. So this is where they've redone the mold and put the words, the writing differently on a different way, because the car, right, was going to be placed this direction, if I remember right, in all of the collector number blue cards, and some of the earlier stuff, not necessarily that one, but certainly maybe one of these would be placed the other way. So when you flip it, that car, when you look at the package, that looks right. And then when you flip the package of this one, that one would look like, and you can see it a little easier. So 2 base variations on that. And then it's also in the same for the wheels. So you get the gear with that. Here is that bar name with the 6 in there. So that may be something to look for. I didn't catch that necessarily before. It's on that one too. Let's see if it's on these two over here that have it, like this one. Yeah, all right. So if you get the bar and you see that 6 was the number for the collector number series that it was intended to come out, and ended up being that actual number. Here's the 4th one. Like I said, I just threw this together. So there's both variations. What's the difference between these two? Why do I have these two? Those are both bar names, have the 6 and the Malaysia. Huh. Not quite sure. I'm sure there was something I had on them. I'll look over the camera here just to see if it helps do it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the blue tint. So the left one has some blue tint in it, and the right one doesn't have that. That might have been what I kept them separate for. So, but anyways, those are on the number 6 collector number series card. Still kind of tough. I'm not sure of the value on those. I've seen them there for a while, were kind of high, but I think all of it's come down. So you probably, probably could get it between, I'm gonna mess this up, probably $50. I don't know. But I've seen some people get some on like Deal or No Deal or some Facebook auctions for probably less than that. So I think the price of those have come down pretty well. All right, the next one is these here. Got a little fuzzy on that one. So Metal Flake Blue, some big flakes in there, the dark blue flakes. Kind of got a yellow tint and kind of a greenish looking interior. Got construction wheels. This one has the flip side reverse base there, so you can see that. All these all have open doors, by the way. I didn't even show that. They all have opening doors, which is pretty cool. Thick paint, so it's hard to tell if it has that 4x4 on there, as most of these do. And then there's a base variation for those as well. And this was the number 222. I'm pretty sure it's a base variation. Let's see what I'm looking at here. Damn, Is it just darker? Is that all there is? Maybe it's just because it's darker. So, because the bases look the same to me. Like I said, I just threw this together. And all I know is if there was a difference, I would have put it in my case. Look at that. Look at the molding for the window. That's kind of crazy. But it is a little darker. Maybe that's all I was looking at. A little bit darker on the blue. So there's that. All right, the next one. Here we go. This came from the 25th anniversary 5-pack. So exclusive just to that, you get blue interior, blue tinted window, construction wheels on that. Of course, I'm always pointing or doing the wrong way. So here, it would have been supposedly right in the package, like this package here. See how they were facing right, and then that way the car is readable from the base. So there's that one. Haven't seen any base variations on that. The World Cup 5-pack, another exclusive. Blue tinted windows, blue interior again. This is white, whereas this one was a pearl white, so they didn't use the same paint for that. And then I flipped it the wrong way, because I'll probably do all of these. So there's the base. Pretty cool, exclusive. These aren't super terrible. 15 probably for that, another $10 for that. I mean, the package usually goes for 25 to 30, depending, you know, so whatever car you're looking at, you know, you could consider a little bit cheaper than the other cars. I don't know how you want to look at it. The 222 cars, they're like $5 to $10. They're usually not too hard to get. People kind of hold on to the blue card stuff a little bit more, so you might cost a little bit more just because they don't want to let go of a blue card. But realistically, there's a bunch of them out there. All right, the next one I think is number 258, 4 different variations. So we have this one here, same paint job as the World Cup, not the World Cup, the 25th anniversary one, but now in a pearl blue instead of pearl white. Same tempo design, just different colors. And so this one has the Hot Wheels logo here on the front fender. This one has it on the window. This one, window and black construction wheels, looks much better with those black construction wheels. They could have gone that all the way around. And then international release with the orange construction wheels and the Hot Wheels logo there on the window. So those are the 4 that I have found so far. No base variations on these. They all have that newer base where it's pointing in the different direction, in the direction the car would be in the package. So, but that was number 228, I'm pretty sure. And the international doesn't have a number. The next one is, man, testing 464 maybe. So we've got both wheel variations here, and this Metal Flake dark blue, really similar to the 222 car, just quite a bit darker, obviously. But this one is made in China. So I told you I was going to point every single one to the wrong. So you got the China base, whereas those were made in Malaysia. But pretty much everything else is the same, just some darker paint, and then you get 2 wheel variations. So there's the gear wheel and the construction wheel, and here's that base. Boom, I did it again. Maybe one of these last ones I'll get. Watch they flip it on me. So there's those. Those are all the 90s cars that came out. And then everything else after that kind of came beyond the 2000 range. So the Lost World of China cars is exclusive for this one in a larger size package. You only get gear wheels. This is the China base. I flipped it the wrong way again. Dang, always. So here's that. Kind of got this earlier tempo design that you saw on the black and the blue ones. So, but pretty cool piece. Metal Flake purple. A nice shiny base. Look at that. Flipped it right this time. But that's exclusive. This is about $15 to $20 for that. And then the next one I think came out was this black one, in like 2000, I don't know, 8 or 10 or something, I don't know. But this is from the Hot Ones. Doesn't have Hot Ones, which is kind of weird that it came out as the Hot Ones. Cool new 80s looking paint job on there, so that's pretty cool. And then I did flip it. Oh no, it's flipped the right way. All right, cool. So they kept it the same way. Again, the cars are pointed to the right in the packages. And so there you go, made in Thailand. Got the name back on it. And they did update these after, I think during this time, like maybe shortly after this. They updated the goodness, I can't speak. The Blazer with some different stuff on the top here was part of the window part. But there's the hot ones in black. And then this one was part of the Heritage, I think the red line. There's probably, I think there's a chase version of this. I don't have that chase version. If there is, I'm not even sure if there is one. But there is the red line one on construction wheels. So tinted windows. And I think there's one more that came out recently. I don't have that one. Like 2024 recently. The tubular modular trucks or something. I don't even know. But anyhow, at least I have all of the older ones. I am missing the Hong Kong one. And I mean, I guess I could consider I'm missing the color variation, since now I've considered that these two are color variations on there. So, but yeah. And then one of these was the same way, or no, these two. What was up with these two? I don't even remember. Oh, the blue tinted base. So, but there you go. At the request, Blazer 4x4, just thrown together. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't crazy. Hope I didn't mess up everybody's thing or ideas on what these, where these came from. I think I got all of them right. We can go through it pretty quick again. So, black and blue cards to number 6. The Dinosaur Mud Pit playset, parking plates, international only, number 6. Collector number series, number 222 collector number series. 25th anniversary gift pack, World Cup Soccer 5-pack, number 258, 464, the Hot Ones, Lost Cars of China, Heritage Red Line. I think that's pretty good. Not bad from my old memory here. It's one of my more castings I do like. And so I'll get pictures of the ones I haven't gotten and put up on the website, put those on hopefully today and tomorrow, and get those all updated. I'll probably add in the rest of these that are here, since I already have everything out. And I hope you enjoyed that video. I keep telling myself I need to put the, hit the subscribe button and the like thing all at the front. I need to like write that down somewhere. But hit the like button. Subscribe if you're enjoying the videos. Hope you enjoyed the Blazer 4x4. If I missed anything, if I misspoke and said something or forgot, had some type of memory lapse on some of these, let me know. There could be some more variations. Like I said, that 4x4 I think disappears. Let's see if I can find. So like this one here, let's see if there's any remnants of it. At some point it disappears, and there may be some variations that have it and don't have it, but sometimes the paint is so thick on that bottom tab that it's really hard to tell if it has it or not. So like this one, you can see it's not as thick because it kind of wore out before it got down there. You can kind of see if I can catch it. I just caught it when I picked it up, but you can kind of see something's there with 4x4, and that's even with, minimal spray on there. Man, it is really hard to tell. What about this one? Let's find another one. Yeah. So that one, you can kind of see the outline. It's kind of hard to make out what the outline is. Let's see if we zoom in. Let's go ahead and use that function. What we got going on here? Maybe it's just paint chip from putting it in there. Maybe it doesn't say 4x4 anymore after that. I felt like it kind of said something, but maybe it's just paint chips. Look at this one. See like how thick that paint is right there? And you can hardly even see the Chevrolet on the tailgate. On that one, this one's easier to read. And that one does have 4x4 for sure. So there could be some variations in that where they have it and don't have it. But again, super tough to tell between the paint thickness and all that. So I'm not sure if I want to put all that on there. I might just make note of it, like if you really want to get into it and look at the tail of every single one of these that's out there and scrutinize with a magnifying glass if it has that. I'll let you guys do that. I've got tens of thousands of castings it feels like that I got to work on, and I will worry about doing that. So I'm sure there's a Blazer 4x4 fan out there that has all that documented, and eventually will let me know that, hey, these are the ones that have it, these are the ones that don't have it, and then I can put that information on. But again, Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. We're almost to 2,000. We got like 35 more subscriptions to get to 2,000. We'll do a giveaway at 2,500 and have fun with it on another live. I just made a video from going through the website and stuff with all my future ideas that I want to do. So check out the website, MVPHotWheels.com. Subscribe over there. It's only $5 a month, and if you watch that video, you'll see a lot of stuff that you'll get for your money over there, and where all the money goes right back in the website. And yeah, other than that, hope you have a good evening or whatever time you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Right, bye.